Olá e bem-vindos à Amá CONVERSA. Hoje temos o prazer de falar com Bruno Sobral, also known as
Tsunamiz or Tsunamiz, however you want to pronounce it.
Tsunamiz. E ele é de Portugal. Eu queria falar com ele hoje sobre a carreira musical dele, onde ele é, quem é o Bruno Sobral. Então, primeira pergunta, quem é o Bruno Sobral?
It's a hard one.
That's a hard
Uma pergunta diferente. Exactly. Pronto, vou fazer em português ou em inglês, então esta.
Vamos fazer um fusion de português e inglês e vamos
Okay.
ver o que acontece aqui.
We're bouncing between it. So with Bruno Sobral, we talked before. I think it's a hard question. I'm trying to figure it out every day with Bruno Sobral. I'm still discovering new things. Always learning, exactly. Always improving, always trying to be the better version of me, I suppose. What?
100%.
Sorry?
I am the same. Igual.
Yeah, you have to. I think it's almost, if not the meaning of life, it's very close. Yeah. Trying to get better at everything you do, your habits, your knowledge, everything. It all comes together, and you have to take care of yourself first, so you can start helping other people. I think it's a lesson we need to. I think we all need to learn. We need to become strong. We need to become confident. We need to improve ourselves in order so we can use that energy to inspire other people, to help other people, to achieve things that make sense for us and
inspire others.
Also, yeah, exactly. It's a long journey, and it's not an easy process. I suppose it depends on the individual. We don't start. We are not all the same. We have different backgrounds, different stories, different traumas, different challenges that we have to overcome. And for me,
a journey called life.
Exactly, it's a journey called life. And but I'm 35 right now, and I came to that conclusion perhaps a little bit later. But I come to realize that I have to take more care of myself in order to be more successful, be more confident, be more happy.
Yes, I don't think you discovered that late. I think that everything happens in due time. So I believe that everything happens at big time. So I don't believe that you realize that late in life. I believe we all have different paths and different journeys.
Yeah. For me, it was. I'm sorry. For me, it was a bit late, but I agree with you. It's when it's supposed to be.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we all have different roads, different ways. So it's different for everyone, but I came to that conclusion. I started looking at my life and figuring things out. I think thinking there's something wrong, or this isn't working, this isn't making me happy, and it all comes together. And in my case with music, perhaps you have that notion of the artist being a bit chaotic, a bit disorganized. I'll murder the English language. I'll make some mistakes, but I'll try to get my process correct. Yeah, and I was that. I was a chaotic artist, a chaotic person with no discipline. And I had to come to the conclusion that I had to adopt discipline, and I'm still in that process. I've done betterments in my perhaps just for example the daily routine, the things you have to do to achieve your goals, you know. And that's for me it's been a long process, and you still have the old habits trying to stop you, you know. Trying to don't do this. So
sometimes they pop up on you, right?
Yeah, you have to fight them. Yeah, you have to kick them out just with your mind, because it's all in a state of mind, I suppose.
That reminds me of a lyric of a Fado song, and the Fado song is O Porquê do Fado. It's written by Carolina das Landas and sung by Sara Correia. And this Fado, it says, ela faz os seus demônios os seus amigos. So she makes friends with her demons. And I think sometimes our bad habits, or like even our past former self, I would like to say, is our demons, right? So saying make peace with your demons, make friends with your demons, invite your demons to sit at the table with you and drink a coffee, galão, maybe.
Galão.
Exactly.
Exato, cappuccino.
I agree with you. It's all the little steps that you do every day that will lead you to your end goal. And honestly, thank God for me. I'm a little bit of a different artist because I am extremely organized. I'm borderline obsessive organized. And
that's excellent.
I blame this on my background. I have 10 years in event planning and marketing and promotions. So I was groomed to be that way, not only throughout my whole school years. You know, I went to school, started school, I was around 3 years old. And then I stopped at 22 when I finished with 2 college degrees. And so I always had to be disciplined on my own to finish school and to go off to have the career. Had the career for 10 years, then the COVID happened. And when the COVID happened, that's when I dived in, because I got laid off because of COVID. And I dived in more into music because I had the time. But before, I did not have the time at all. And I had minimal time for it. Minimal time.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of happy that happened. But that even though I can say that I'm a late starter, I guess you can say, but like I said, everything happens the way it's supposed to be, the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah, it's almost a necessary road, I suppose. Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm a little bit different. Like I can be chaotic, of course I can, because I can be chaotic in the sense that my mind is constantly with ideas all day long. It's like a ping pong game in there, and it's just always ideas, a little bit too overloaded. So I have that kind of chaos. Yes, I do.
I think it's still necessary, the chaotic nature, for you to feel certain emotions. At least in my case, I need those emotions, those perhaps old demons to fuel my creativity. You know, when I'm composing a song, I need to feel something. I need to feel an emotional state that I can transpose to the song, to the melody, to the feeling, to the lyrics. You know, it's still necessary. But as I came to realize, since I'm an independent artist, I do it all by myself. I had to learn that. I didn't go to school. I have no degrees in marketing, or I had to learn to be organized
on your own.
In my own, exactly, because I was more of I came from that background of being only an artist. In this day and age, you cannot be only an artist. You have to be the whole industry in yourself, or get a team of people that work in that way. But in my case,
now, right? Like we are our team.
Yeah, exactly. We are a team. I think of myself almost as a one-man industry. I have to do the emailing. I have to do the marketing. I have to do the recording, the producing. Every step of the way.
Another thing, you write your own lyrics. You write the music yourself. So that's like another thing added to the list. So tell all the listeners of Amá CONVERSA, what are the instruments that you play? What do you sing? What kind of music is it? Do you write your own stuff? And what have you done? What are some of your accomplishments in music so far?
Yeah. Well, that's a lot of questions, but I'll go point by point. Okay. Okay. Well, since I remember, since a little kid, I always vibed to music. But I think almost all the people vibe to music when you're just a little kid. You dance, you sing, and that was all me. But I also went the other step, that very soon I started to mimic the artists that I saw singing it, playing the drums with the sticks in the box, doing the drums and singing, and wanting to have my first guitar. Yeah, let's give me a guitar, to my parents, and very soon I wanted, after the mimic phase, it came well, now I'm going to do my stuff. Yeah. They do their stuff. That artists do their stuff. No, I'm going to do my stuff. And since very early, perhaps 10, 11, I started to play guitar, acoustic guitar first. Oh, and yeah, and trying to make my own stuff. As you must understand, the first things I composed were mediocre, I suppose, when I look at them now. But that was a necessary step, just like when you learn an instrument, you can play, it's hard, it hurts, but you keep pushing through. And just like the composition aspect of it, you start doing melodies, you start doing songs, the verse and the chorus, and you keep getting better because you start to comprehend better. Your brain starts to processing out how melodies, harmonies work, and you start to get in touch. You can feel something and instantly turn it into music, and that's for me the best process. And the later process, almost automatic nowadays. So guitar was the main instrument that I started learning. At 13, I got my electric guitar. I was very into the grunge scene, Nirvana.
Oh my God. And I had a Kurt Cobain poster in my room.
Yeah.
So much.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And he's still very present nowadays. He's still a legend, and very present, It's very funny because he died in 94 and he's still very much relevant. Only 3 albums, studio albums, and it made a change in the industry, the music, worldwide. You see, like a child from Portugal started listening to Nirvana, and it changed all my it changed, I suppose. It drove me into that alternative rock world, I felt a connection with that spirit, that rebellious spirit.
Linkin Park, that was it for me when I was a kid.
Okay.
Around that age too, the 11 years old and 12. Mm-hmm. And that for me was kind of how Nirvana was for you. Linkin Park was for me. And so it's crazy how Chester, he's passed, and he's still relevant today, and he will always still be relevant, just like Kurt Cobain. And it's amazing how the music has influenced us so much. And I'll let you continue more. What else? But you play other instruments too, right? What other?
I suppose the first instrument I wanted to learn was drums, and I was really, because of the sticks, playing at home as a little kid, just bouncing, making lots of noise. But I had rhythm, but I never really went to the point of learning drums. I stick to the guitar.
Okay.
Sorry?
Okay, so you're mainly just a guitarist, right? Guitarist, vocalist, and writer.
Vocalist, yes. I always play guitar and sing. Yeah. And very early, about 13, 14, I wanted to make a band, and I made a band. Also, the thing with Nirvana in the grunge scene, it came from my uncle that is a little bit older than me, because when Kurt Cobain died, I was only 9 at 94. So I came to that scene a little bit early. So that wasn't not exactly my generation, you know. But you spoke about Linkin Park, and I remember them because they came with the next big thing in music was like new metal. When you had Korn, you had Limp Bizkit, you had Linkin Park, those bands. Exactly, System of a Down.
System of a Down. Oh my God, I love System of a Down. Oh my God, I know.
They were pretty original, pretty. Pretty innovative.
Just made my day with that. I'm gonna listen to System of a Down today. Oh, so happy.
Sugar, that song "Sugar" by them. So when I started making the band, I was very into new metal. That was the scene that I was present as a teenager. Because when I still listened to grunge, but grunge was a little bit before my time. And new metal made a big impact on me, my influences. Also, there was a very big hardcore and new metal scene in Southside, Margem Sul, Portugal. And I started attending shows as a little kid, and I was participating in.
Where are you from? Anyways, where in Portugal are you from?
Seixal. Margem Sul. Exactly. South side of Lisbon, Margem Sul. South side in the house.
Yeah. So born and raised, right? Born and raised?
Born and raised, exactly. Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about Seixal? Because I had the opportunity to visit in summer of 2019. And I love Seixal.
Yeah, the Bay Area. They call it the Bay Area. I know you guys got the Bay Area. But it's exactly a Bay Area. I don't know any other term. Bahia de Seixal. Pá, é uma zona, eu moro aqui perto, 2 minutos estou lá, ou seja, 2 minutes. I usually go in running and do some sports. I do also street workout in the garden where they got the bars, the barbells. I do it.
I love Portugal. That is everywhere. Like in Portugal, you have those fitness bars everywhere. It's like, oh, okay, well.
It's pretty cool. I really love it. Yeah, I never stepped into a gym for whatever reason. It never was my scene.
You don't need to.
And you don't need it to. Yeah. Just use the street.
Exactly.
It's more roomy. It has more room. You're more comfortable.
Yeah.
So Seixal definitely is a beautiful place. But with Portugal, it's all beautiful. I suppose you get a lot of beautiful from north to south. It's beauty all around. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, but I suppose anyone can say that about their country. Every place in the world has its charm, its beauty, its people, its culture, and
but it's very known in Portugal and throughout the world for being the city where the revolution kind of originated. Isn't that correct? Isn't that where some of the revolutionaries lived and started to do their meetings before the revolution?
I suppose. I'm not really sure about that. I'm not 100%, but perhaps you're right. I really don't know if it started out on Seixal, but if it did, fucking awesome, fucking awesome.
Yeah, because Seixal was a place kind of like, it was, okay, in English, we would say those kind of people were like hippie people, but they weren't necessarily that. They were revolutionaries, and they would hold some of their meetings was in Seixal. So before the revolution took place, that's where it was a place full of creativity. It was a place of outside thinkers. And at that time, that was a big no-no, because there was a lot of control, obviously.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I do, I'm sure. And There was a lot of control, and Seychelles was a place where for the artists. Seychelles was a place for the musicians, the singers.
Yeah, you have a lot of musicians from Seychelles, indeed,
all over my body. What the hell? I just got the chills. But it was a place of people like that, like-minded people that were revolutionaries, and before they won the revolution, right? They were part of the people that were in the streets marching and taking action. So for me, not only was Seychelles a beautiful place, but I connected a lot with it because of the music part, the art part of it. It's very quaint, it's very small. I loved walking in between where you guys have the houses with those very narrow streets where you can only walk through it, like no car can pass.
Oh yeah, no cars, yeah, exactly. And the old part of Seychelles, the old part, it's very, very beautiful. We had the church and the old buildings. Yeah, it's very beautiful.
Very beautiful. And then also I wanted to talk about, and before I talk about what you have accomplished in music, I wanted to say when I was 13, like 12, 13, I did a big thing too, because the music influenced me, and that's when I started to get really more into music. I chopped off my hair. This is a true story. This was like when the punk rock was like all over the place. This was like 2003, 2002, when the punk rock was like the next wave that was very, 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 like everybody wanted to be a punk rock person. And I cut off my hair, had the spiky hair. I got highlights in my hair, which you were not supposed to dye your hair because I went to a Catholic school. And
I dyed my hair twice, if you believe it.
I thought I was being a rebel by dyeing my hair. And then a second piercing, which that was not allowed at the school as well. I thought I was this cool, like, rock star, badass person. And I even, like, my dad buy me a guitar, and I was, like, doing guitar lessons. And I was trying to write music, and I had like, 2 friends that one was going to be the bassist or drummer, and one was going to be the guitarist. And we were
just like me, trying to put the band together. You don't know how to play? I'll teach you how to play. Don't worry. Just get the instrument.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I would just daydream, like in class when we're supposed to be paying attention. I'd be daydreaming. I'd be like
writing the band's name on the
so many things. Oh yeah, our name. You want to know what our name was? Okay.
Tell me. You got to tell me.
Our name is so stupid. Our name was The Click, but the Click was spelled different. It was CLIQUE. And then the Q, the line of the Q made a symbol of the female sign. It was
the Click. Okay, it was an all-female band?
All-female band. It was the Click. Yeah. And we would take pictures. We look all punk rock and badass. We come to school. It was a Catholic school. You had to wear a uniform. And we would cut our skirts more, shorter. We would wear combat boots. We would just be different, and this was like in 8th grade. We were rebelling against having to be. We couldn't even wear ankle socks. We had to wear like high socks.
Very, very rigid, Very.
Yeah, we were rebelling at
old-fashioned. Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing that made us rebel was most of all the music. The music inspired us and influenced us.
What kind of bands did you listen to in that phase, in that 2002?
You want to listen? You're going to be like, how did this girl at 12, 13 years old was listening to this? I was listening to Metallica. I was listening to Disturbed. I was listening to Tool. I was listening to Eminem as well. I was listening
it was very huge at that time.
I love Eminem. I was listening to a lot of Linkin Park, like I said, Korn, Slipknot. And then I also had a lot of punk rock bands, which they were kind of pop punk, but it was Good Charlotte, My Chemical Romance.
Good Charlotte. I remember that. Yeah. And you also had that California punk scene, like Offspring, NoFX, Pennywise, and the list goes on.
I used to go to all the concerts, big ones, small ones. I was involved with like going to local shows. So I obsessed with Divided. There was a band called Divided, and if anyone's watching this knows Divided was the best. Divided was awesome. There was also New Best Friend. Oh my god, New Best Friend. But I was definitely into that. I started going to concerts at 12, 13 years old, and I'm probably
same
12,
first hardcore concert I went to, I was 13 in Amá, my city. It was awesome. It changed my life and made me do more heavy stuff, more heavy music. Because I formed my band. Well, I already knew the name of the band. It was to be Tsunami without a Z, without the Z.
See, just the beat.
Yeah, I already know. That was the name of the band, and I was starting to tell my friends, "Oh, you're gonna play bass. You're gonna learn bass." I do that with a friend of mine. I met a friend that played guitar, and we started rehearsing. I started recording tapes at home, my songs, and I sent it to them to listen, and let's do this. And it was a mixture of new metal, grunge, and also ska. Ska music.
Oh my god! Yeah,
it was a very mixer.
Yeah.
Also reggae, yeah.
Reggae, huge reggae fan over here.
Yeah. That was a big phase, yeah.
Reggae music, I go rock, I go different concerts all the time.
Yeah. And also at that time, new metal was huge. Then I started to getting into also the more rock bands that began to after 2000, early 2000s, like the White Stripes.
Oh yeah.
Also Queens of the Stone Age. They were awesome.
Stone Age, yes.
Yeah. Also, I started to getting into old music, the 60s psychedelic music, psychedelic rock, the Woodstock type, Jimi Hendrix, the Doors.
Are we the same? Is your birthday in September or October? Are you a Libra? Like, what's going on here? Are you?
What? Sorry.
Where's your balanza? When's your birthday?
Oh, try to guess it. Since that's my philosophy. if the zodiac works, try to guess.
I'm guessing you're a Libra or a Virgo. That's what I'm guessing. Scorpio?
You're wrong.
Scorpio?
You're right.
Yeah.
Third. Okay.
October or November?
November.
Okay. So you are the sign after. You're the sign
after Libra. It's after Libra, right?
Yeah. So it's Virgo, Libra, then Scorpio. So my best friend is a Scorpio, but I literally thought you were gonna say you were a Libra. But hey, I was not that much off. So that's why we have so many.
Yeah.
But that's pretty cool. But what have you accomplished in music? I know you have some CDs out, right? You got some stuff out, right?
Yeah. I have to. So I had the band Tsunami. We were kids. We played around in local area, but our influences started to shift it, and also my influences. I wanted to do another type of music besides the grunge and new metal stuff. I wanted to incorporate also the Queens of the Stone Age elements, the Doors elements. I started to listen to a lot of Doors. I love Jim Morrison. I love his poetry. I love his music, the Doors music, and I started to basically listening to all types of music from every age, but it goes to show something. I am Portuguese, and yet I'm very in love with the American counterculture.
I was about to say that. Okay, so we have the opposite going on here. You're in love with American culture, and you're Portuguese.
And I'm in Portuguese, yeah.
And you're Portugal, and then I'm in love with the Portuguese culture, and I'm in America. I keep up with like what kind of music that is hot in Portugal because I have this radio program, so I kind of have to.
But I would make a correction. That was me. That was me coming up. I was first into that type of stuff, the more American stuff, and I'm still am. But I am also with the time I came to I'm appreciating more of culture, Portuguese music, whether it's old, whether it's recent. I'm also looking out for the new artists. I'm sorry?
Awesome music, and all the music you sent me was Portuguese music. So yeah, you definitely do like Portuguese music as well.
Yeah, and it's growing, and we have very interesting artists because I think it's on point what I was reaching, the point I was reaching, that nowadays you can make music with a laptop and a DAW, a software, and that gives way to very new types of sounds, soundscapes, and mixtures of different cultures coming together, and it's happening not only in Portugal but all over the world. And I'm very in love with that freedom that the new softwares give you to make music, and that where I was going with the evolution. So I started to get into this that type of music, White Stripes, also, and then came a new movement also from America, I suppose, Electro Clash with Fisher Spooners, the Peaches.
The Peaches.
More
That's familiar. The Peaches.
It's not the Peaches. It's Peaches. She's a solo artist. She does electronic music, very sexual, very provocateur, very awesome.
I don't know her. I'm gonna check it out.
No, it's a girl.
Yeah,
it's a woman. Yeah. Peaches, it's very cool. You're gonna love it. And that was a new scene that appeared in the early 2000s. Also, I started to implement more electronic music elements to the music I was making, and
I
that
love
was
electronic music too. I love it.
It's very vast. Also hip hop, I started to incorporating more elements of hip hop beat,
Fusion it up.
Yeah, exactly. And started, but I was in first place. I always go for the music, the song. The song, the melodies have to be good, and then comes the arrangement. The beat, the kick, the snare, the strings, the synths, and when I started going forward to the production DAWs, the production softwares, I fell in love with it, and I started learning to use them, and I started to being able to record my guitar, record my voice, produce the beats, and do it all in my home or in the rehearsal spot, and do it all by myself. And that to tell you that by now I have released 4 albums.
Wow.
That I did all by myself, produced, recorded, composed. And I'm working currently on my 5th, and let's go. Let's go to the next one.
That is really
thanks.
That is not easy, but that is awesome.
No, it's a lot of work, but I'm very passionate about it. I'm very passionate about doing songs, working the songs and production, and as we talked in the beginning, nowadays an artist has to be able to do it all. I have to work out to the album cover. I do not do design, so I'm not a great, not even a good designer.
But I a little bit. He's like, you're gonna need an album cover, right? And I'm like, wait, what?
Oh yeah.
This was before my single launch, and I was talking to Bruno, and he was kind of bouncing ideas off of me and helping me, and he's like, yeah, you're gonna need an album cover. You're gonna need artwork, like actual quality artwork. And I made like a little rough draft. I sent it to him, said, what do you think about it? He liked it, but then I had to take it a step further. What is this little hair? Sorry, it's bugging me. I had to take it a step further and ask the videographer to actually make it for me, because it had to be in specific size.
The size, yeah. They
with the high res file, and what I had was not. So he kind of gave me advice with that. And then another thing he gave me advice on was I was a little bit naive to the fact that, for example, CD Baby, you have to start a little bit in advance. You can't just start it like the day before the launch. You have to start in advance, because by the time it's done, it's like a week later or something like that. So that was an advice that he gave, but I wish that I talked to Bruno sooner, but it all worked out fine. but
Great,
not
great.
for the future, right? So thank you again for all your help, Bruno. I am
very welcome. That and congratulations. I didn't already said it, but congratulations on the video, the single. I think the video is great. I think it's very well shot. Beautiful landscapes, but beautiful frames. And it's almost touching to see the Portuguese culture flourish in another country. It's very moving for me.
Thank you.
The song,
oh my God, I'm so excited right now.
and also the song, the production of the song, your vocal performance, it's very on point. It's I think it's a very great final product you have there. And just today I watched it, and I'm not proud in that way, but I want to say congratulate you on that work. I think it's very good, very successful piece of music and video in that case. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Bruno. I really appreciate that, because God knows I was a crazy person the week before. That's, I think, we started to talk around that time. But I was a crazy person around that time. It was very stressful. So to hear all this is just affirmation. That's exactly what I wanted. That's exactly what I wanted. I wanted something substantial to make a difference, to make an impact, and you were moved by it. You know, I wanted something like that. And so thank you so much. I'm so happy for that. Thank you. Thank you.
And now just do it over and over and over. It goes better.
I know.
That's
but now to top yourself is like, oh, how do I do that? Like, how do I do it?
That's a struggle. Yeah. That's a very struggle, and that keeps the fire alive. You know, that passion, that hunger, no? that you're hungry. Let's go. Let's do it. Yeah. I'm on that spirit. I'm not, as you say, a very successful or commercially successful artist, but
hey, not yet, buddy.
Not
yet.
Okay. Let's let's think like that. But it doesn't matter as long as I have my vision, my passion. I'll keep doing it and pushing it. It's not only about I'm gonna make money, or I'm gonna. Of course, I would like to have make a living off of it. And I'm not aiming at I'm gonna be a millionaire. I'm gonna buy a house and a car and the girls and whatever. No, I'm not on that queue. I never made music to get girls. That was never the main goal. I make music because it's how I express myself. All my emotions can come out, you know, and that's very important for me. And I'm passionate about music. Some things you just cannot explain, you know, and. Success is when you achieve your vision and you're because we are creators, you know, and when we see things create before our eyes, we feel complete. We feel we've done something, we achieved something, and I just want to keep creating, and the results will come. The success will come or not, but I mean, who come to think about it, who wants in their perfect mind wants fame? I just watched that Britney Spears documentary. By the way, free Britney Spears, okay?
Yeah.
Good. Free Britney Spears. Yeah, and that was awful. That level of fame is like, who wants that? Nobody in their perfect mind would want that. Just living with that paparazzi that look like flies, human flies, all over you.
I think you got it spot on. The intent is definitely not to be like that. The intent is to fulfill your life's purpose, and your life's purpose is to create and to inspire and motivate others. And through the positive energy that you put out into the universe, you will be rewarded with it in double. So me and you have a very similar way of thinking here, and it's not about reaching a fame. It's nothing about that. It's literally fulfilling your life's purpose, because once you're in alignment with your life's purpose, everything happens at the right time. You're in alignment. You are doing what you're here to do, what you're supposed to do. And it doesn't matter if you're famous or a millionaire, it has nothing to do with that. It has all to do with what you are supposed to do in this world. So that's what I
exactly. Do what you love, and you won't have to work a day at your life. I mean, it's a lot of hard work. Don't get me wrong, but it's work that you do like you won't do any other type of work. Working for somebody, working for an enterprise, whatever, company, corporation. When you do it, it's the type of work that doesn't feel like work. It feels like your purpose, you know, your purpose, your the meaning of your life. And we are creators, and we're here to create.
It reflects on yourself. Once you're aligned with that, then you're more happy with your life. You know, everything's kind of like a puzzle, like that.
Yeah.
So Bruno,
exactly.
Thank you again so much for being here on Amá CONVERSA. Esta conversa hoje foi fantastic.
Thank you. Thanks so much for the invitation. It was a great moment. I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
And it's awesome that I was your first interview in English. You did an extraordinary job.
Oh well, I tried my best. I felt good, but not perfect, but it's definitely felt good to express myself in English. Yeah.
You did a good job. And another thing, is there anything else you'd like to tell the listeners of Amá CONVERSA?
Well, I could definitely tell them to check out my work if they want to. My music, as we spoke, it's kind of it's alternative, but it has definitely a pop sensitivity. It has influences from grunge, from electronic music, from hip hop, instrumentals, Afrobeat. I try to mix something, the past, the present, and the future, all in one, but always with that almost Beatles looking for the good song, you know, the catchy song, the pop song, but with very mixture of sounds from rock, alternative, whatever. Just go check it. I think you'll be surprised. I think.
Where can we find it?
Oh, you can find me on the Spotify. You can find me on the Amazon, yeah, but also Apple Music, YouTube, social media, Facebook. Yeah, just type in Tsunamiz with a Z at the end, and you will be able to check out my work. I hope you like it. Yeah.
Perfect. Well, thank you again, Bruno. I hope you have an amazing day. I appreciate
you too.
And don't forget to check out Bruno Sobral, Tsunamiz on all the platforms. He is there and he is working on his 5th album. I am so happy to know you. Thank you.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you.